dream chasing like a young LeBron. Gotta pace yourself, my nigga, this the marathon. Big homie, gotta show him how. Fuck tomorrow, little brother, gotta get it now. One mission, like the dream team. Ain't no hating over here, fuck a nigga mean. Ain't no hating over here, fuck a nigga mean. Ain't no hating over here, fuck a nigga mean.
Hey, welcome to the Cool Room. It's your host, The Cool, and I'd like to thank everybody for showing up, man, and showing out, and everybody that's listening and watching us, man. You know, make sure y'all tune in to the Cool Room. You find me on the Cool Chronicles, and I hope everybody New Year is like you want it to be, and understand that you got to make it happen too, though. You got to strive for what you want in life, and just keep cracking. And with that said, man, on today's episode of the Cool Room, I got a special guest, one of my friends, man, that we low-key grew up together on the other side of the free world. But I'm gonna let him introduce himself, though.
Hey man, it's your boy Big State of Prisoner's Voice. So with the click, live and direct, sound like recommend to Allah. All praise be to Allah. Peace, blessed be upon the viewers that's watching this. I'm fucking with my boy Stay Cool on the Cool Show. Tune in, about to be a great interview.
Yeah, for sure, man. Welcome, man. I appreciate you showing up, bro, and taking time, man, to bless me with your presence, man. You feel me? Cause boy,
it's been a long time coming.
yeah, nah, for real, man. For those that don't know, man, tell them about yourself, bro, before we get to that.
All right, man. My name is Big Stay. Real name Jamel Stevens. Grew up in South Sacramento G Parkway. As a kid, normal childhood, single parent home. My dad went to prison when I was about like 7, 8 years old for a manslaughter. But up until that point, I used to always look up to my dad and stuff like that. So when my dad went to prison, it kind of like changed the household, because me and then my other brother Quail, we used to go to Parkway Elementary. So one day we coming home from school, and my mama waiting for us at the door. So as soon as we come in, she tells us to sit down at the table. So when she tells us to sit down at the table, she like, I got something to tell y'all. And then, long story short, that's when, she was like, your dad was gonna be going away for a while. So during that time when my dad went away, it's like any other childhood, man. You start to act up in school. Mm-hmm. You start to act out. You missing that male role model in the house. My mama, she doing all she can. I ain't saying she wasn't doing all she could, but you know how it is when you come from a single parent household. Your mom at work, working a 9 to 5, you at school. So when you come home, she gone. She trying to, keep a roof over your head and the bills paid. So it ain't no blame on her, but you acting out as a kid, seeking attention and stuff like that. So that's a little bit about my childhood.
Yeah. And so when cause me as well, bro, my pops, my pops was a convict, bro. Actually, my dad, may rest in peace, Big J Mo, but my dad died in prison. You feel me? In High Desert, the same prison that we was in. My dad died there, bro. So, I be saying that everything is like, it's hereditary, bro. Like, when you get older and you be like, damn, bro, I'm like my dad a lot. And then you see people that play sports, bro, and then you see their kids that play sports. So, like, did your dad's situation
tune you into? Outcome?
Yeah.
Well, yeah. See, I mean, when my dad was gone, like I say, I was always a daddy's boy. So when my dad was gone, that was like kind of like the person I looked up to was gone. So then, like any other young male, you turn to the males out into the environment, to the out in society, and you start to doing what they do, and they teach you only what they know. So now instead of going to school, I'm ditching school. I'm stealing from the stores. Then once I get about 6th, 7th grade, I get to stealing cars. It just start to progress a little bit more and a little bit more. So now I'm at school, going to middle school, and I'm teaching my friends how to steal the cars. So before school, I'm going and picking all these dudes up, and we all go to San Brandon Middle School. So we got to catch the regional transit to get there. So we catch the regional transit halfway there, go to the neighborhood Green Haven. Now we still in all the cars.
And in middle school.
In middle school. So boom, it go from stealing the cars to doing house licks. So
Right.
now we still in the cars. Now we riding around in different neighborhoods. We ringing the doorbell to see if somebody home, and if they don't answer, we through the window.
Right.
And then eventually, at the age of 14, I end up being incarcerated for first-degree murder and a gun enhancement, and would be facing 25 years of life plus an additional 25 years of life. And then, I'll be fighting my case. When I got arrested at the age of 14, I'll be fighting my case for about like 18 months. And then at the age of 16 years old, one day I walk in the courtroom, I think it's like November 2008 or something. I walk in the courtroom, I got 10 white jury, and then I got one Mexican jury, and I got a black lady. So when a black lady come in here, she crying. So I'm like, damn, they got me. So boom, they walk in, she crying, she sniffling, she sit down first. Mexican dude sit down. Then all the white people sit down, they hand it to the jury. Then that's when he tell me like, oh, he give me the bullshit spiel. Oh, we find you guilty of first-degree murder. We're gonna give you 25 years of life. We find you guilty for additional gun enhancement causing great bodily injury. We're going to give you another 25 years of life, come back to sentencing. I go back to sentencing. He giving this grand story about how it's sad that it got to be 2 black lives being lost, one to death and one to the system. And it's sad to say that my mama going to have to see me in prison for the rest of my life. And then, at the age of 16, I was transferred from juvenile hall to the California Youth Authority.
Where you was at?
Oh, I was in Preston.
Yeah.
So I was at Preston from 16 to 18. And then on my 18th birthday, it was February 22nd, 2010. On my 18th birthday, I ended up getting transferred to the Adult Correctional Institution, DVI, also known as Tracy. So I go to Tracy for about like 90 days. I'm in there, I see the counselor. So she she congratulates, like, oh man, you the first person to come away with your GED, so when you get to prison, you ain't gonna have to go to school. But you're gonna be a 180. So I'm like, what's a 180? She like, it's like a super maximum security prison. So I'm fresh 18. So I'm like, all right. So she like, where you want to go? So I remember my uncle told me New Folsom or Sat F. So I'm like, I want to go to New Folsom or Sat F. So she's like, okay, I'm gonna put these down, but it don't mean you're gonna go there. So I'm like, oh, all right. So then like 110 days go by. I'm on the 3rd tier. They come slide 2 brown bags. They say HDSP. So I'm puzzled. Like, what is HDSP? So I asked OG, like, damn, you going to high desert, you understand?
Man, bro, I remember that shit too, bro. Because when I caught my time, they gave me 15 years, nigga, and I was like, damn, bro, like, I didn't even process it until I got on the bus going back to the county, and the nigga asked me, I stay cool, what happened at court? Nigga, when I tried to say it, all my wind just left, bro, and I was just like, they gave me 15 years, and everybody on the bus looked and got quiet. And I'm like, damn, bro, I'm going 15 years in prison. So boom, and like you said, nigga, I go to, but I'm older. You know what I'm saying? This was after YA. I did 8 years in YA too. So now I'm like, damn, bro, here we go. Like, nigga, it's on. So boom, I go to Tracy, DVI, and they did the same shit though. I'm like, I'm trying to stay close to home, so I'm trying to go to Folsom, some shit, and they slid that little shit in the door, and it said HDSP. And I said, where is that? And they was like, nigga, you going to the, it's up over there, right? I'm like, damn, bro. And nigga, you know that the ride alone is what discouraged you to me, because you on that bus shackled and you riding and you going around these mountains in the snow and all this weird shit, and you just like, damn, bro, Stockton, hell far. Like, I don't even know which way to go home no more.
Go in Nevada, then out Nevada, and then back in California. I'm telling you, the first thing that happened when I get to High Desert, we in reception. But when you get in there, you knew it say, welcome to High Drama State Prison. So we get in there, they strip search us. So you know what that is. You got to take off all your clothes, squat, cough, asshole naked, bend over at the waist. Humiliation, degradation. But it's a black Serrano in there. So he end up having words with the police. So they end up whooping his ass, asshole naked, pepper spraying him, throwing him in a cage and putting that big ass fan on him. And that was my first experience at Hard Desert.
Mine was, they was white people, bro, and they really for sure made you know. They let you know, like, they don't like black people. You feel me? And I was young at the time, and I didn't really grasp what was going on, that I was in this place where I'm gonna be hated by everybody damn near. And I always be telling people this, bro. I say, you know, in prison, bro, like, black people don't like black people because of our politics and the gangs and shit. But then you look at the other races, like, nigga, the Mexicans don't like blacks. The Asians don't like the blacks. The whites for sure don't like the blacks. And the police don't like the black population. Because you know you know how it is,
exactly,
bro.
But that's the way the system is designed.
Yeah, and it's just like, when you really think about it, bro, like, god damn, that's a sad situation.
But see, when you go to Hard Desert, man, it exposed to you, because I remember I was reading a Nelson Mandela book, That Long Walk to Freedom, and Nelson Mandela said that basically that prison is a microcosm of the world. So basically prison is how you do a study on the world. So if you want to know how the world works, look at how prison works. So the same system that's operating within prison is operating on a larger scale outside. We just a smaller microcosm of it. So how we politic, we get all our politics from them. And, you know, when I was at Hard Desert, I was lucky to end up in a cell with OG Hennessy from Meadowview.
Yeah.
And when I go in there, because, you know, on a 180, the cells is bigger. It's way bigger than the 270s, because you always on lockdown. But, you know, by the table, in the back, he had nothing but books.
Yeah.
So when I'm going in there, he letting me read The Message to the Black Men of America. Malcolm X.
Fresh in there?
Fresh in there.
You knew him
Marcus
already, though?
Garvey. No, I knew his son.
Okay. Damn.
So when I'm in there, he telling me, like, man, you have to just read these books. Just read these books. And I'm reading these books, and it's showing me, like, damn, all this is just created. And when you go to Hard Desert, it just shows you it on display.
Yeah. I mean, the whole, the politic thing these days ain't the same for sure. But hold on, because that was your first experience when you stepped in the cell, bro. Mine was totally different. Because in my head, I'm like, nigga, this is prison. Like,
Yeah.
I'm finna go in the cell. I don't know if I'm gonna have to defend. I'm just thinking everything worse about prison, right? So they like, yeah, you gonna go over here and whoop-de-whoop. So they take me to my cell. I swear to God, bro, when they open the door, the nigga come up out the cell, and he was from Pomona. This nigga step out the cell, bro, like 6'8", 6'7", shit, bro, like 2, close to 3.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what the fuck? I said, oh, here we go. And he stepped out the cell, banged on me in front of the police and everything, like, where you from and all that old shit. And I'm like, nigga, what? Like, the police right here. So when I go in the cell, bro, you know, they give you the bag with your property in it, and then you still got the Tracy little karate shoes on, nigga, in the jumpsuit. Bro, I swear to God, when I went in there, I put my stuff on that top bunk, bro. And he taking up half the cell, and I'm like, damn, bro, like, I'm a man, just swim bang this nigga or something, right? I get on my bed, and the whole night, bro, he was like, you good? And I was like, yeah, I'm straight. But I'm watching the nigga the whole time. And I never took my karate shoes off. And I had my bag right there on my arm the whole night. Cause I didn't know what was going on, bro. I was nervous, bro.
Yeah.
Like, damn, bro, this is like, nigga, you in the cell now. Like, you got 15 years of this shit. And after that, bro, I just had to just accept it. You know how you gotta accept that shit, bro, just to survive. And that's when we met at High Desert.
Exactly. Yeah, I was fresh 18.
At first we didn't really talk a lot though, cause we is YA babies, so we is on some militant shit like, nigga, yeah, nigga. You know that little look, you're like, what's up, bro?
Be
Like,
antisocial. Motherfuckers be social, but you be antisocial at the same time because you're always trying to peep your surroundings and see who was who and find out who was who. And, you know, in prison, you learn to observe. So you trying to see if, you know, a person got that same energy or that same push as you.
right, and it's crazy because the whole time when I'm looking at you, I'm like, nigga, I gotta do 15 years, bro. I don't fuck. And you like, nigga, I got 50. Like, you,
man,
your
what?
shit,
I'm
your thoughts is totally different.
I first get there, I'm sitting at the table, we on lockdown. I think the whites and the Norths or somebody
Yeah.
at war.
Yeah.
They come and hit the building, we at the table, and everybody in there, they talking. They like, damn, you know how much time you got? I'm like, man, I got 50 years with 2 licenses. They're like, what? Like, man, I've been in jail since I was 14. Like, man, that's crazy. But they always talking like, man, you gonna go home one day.
Yeah, ooh, one day. Nigga, like, cause I remember, bro, we was in high desert and all the politics and shit was cracking, you feel me? And like we both up north niggas, you know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
you know how it was, bro, like, you know, I see these platforms and niggas be, you know, they be popping in this shit, bro, but for real though, like niggas from our little sections, bro, like that up north shit, bro, we held it down, bro.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna, you feel me? Like, nigga, we held that shit down, bro, and niggas knew, like, them niggas is cracking. But when we seen each other again, it was on the back end of my time.
Yeah, you was going home.
I was going home, bro, and we was way in Centinela, by the
down
Mexico,
south.
man. And we was working in the, for y'all that don't know, we used to work in the PIA sewing and shit. We used to sit next to each other. Yeah.
Shit.
We used to sit next to each other and be talking every day, bro. And it's crazy. We here right now because I'm thinking like at that point, I'm like, bro, I'm finna go home, and you thinking.
No, I was still stuck up in it. But at that point, I had transitioned in my time because when I first got to Centinela, it was before you got there though, but when I first got to Centinela, me and a couple of the homies had gotten a couple of incidents. And then when I had came out the hole, they ended up sticking me in a cell with a OG named Steel Bill from the Swines.
Yeah.
And at this time, he had been down for like 36 years. So when I come in there, he like, man, you got to stop acting up. Man, you got to start taking these self-help groups. You the only one around here doing all this. He like, man, these laws has changed. You going to go home eventually. So boom, I started taking self-help classes, anger management, money management, shit like that. Then I ended up getting into college, Imperial Valley College. And I meet Brother Malcolm. He had just came out the shoe after like 30 years. And he told me like, yeah, I said, man, you graduate this college, you going to go home. Because it was like, a few times I wanted to transfer out, you know, little females and shit. You get a little female on the team, now you eager to get home. But I just stuck it out, boom. And then I ended up running into you. So when I ran into you, I was already kind of like in the transition. I think I had already made my first documentary too. But I was already in the transition of preparing my mind for the streets. Because I remember when I was working in PI with you, it was an OG in there named Sadiq. He like, man, you got to prepare like you going home tomorrow.
Yeah, because I noticed you was too calm for me, and I was like, what's up, bro? Like, you was just, you know, you was on your shit. You feel me? And I remember because I was going home, but I'm like, I thought I was on my shit, but I was like, I held on to the politics of the yard to the end. I didn't get my mind prepared for freedom. My mind was still on the yard. You feel me? And I remember the day before the day before I went home. The day before I went home, we on the yard, and then the homie's like, "Why you coming outside? You been go home?" And I'm like, "Nigga." And nigga, like, shit, you gotta keep, it's mandatory yard. We gotta go to yard, right? And we was working out. And I remember the Mexicans was taking down somebody on the other side of the yard, but the dude looked like he was black because he was a little dark from the sun, nigga. And I jumped up, and the homie grabbed me and was like, sit your ass down. Like, what's wrong with you, man? And I was like, because I said, nigga, it's up. And he was like, it ain't shit. Like, and I knew then, bro, like, damn, bro, I'm finna go home with this mind frame. So now when you saying, like, you got to prepare, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you getting there, I can tell now because that be my fuck up every time. You feel me? Like, I'm still politicking to the end on the yard on that shit, and then you come home, you not regular, bro.
Yeah.
You feel me? My girl getting up to answer the door, I'm looking to see if she got her shoes on and shit. Like, you feel me? Like that little dumb,
got her own program.
that little dumb shit that we locked into in there. But I do want to ask you, bro. It's been a little shit I've been watching on social media and shit, and niggas it's different sides of it, right? What they say, something about the streets is dead or some shit like that.
Oh,
like,
fuck the streets.
Yeah, fuck the streets. Shit. What's your take on that, bro?
I ain't gonna lie to you, right? Because I've been seeing everybody say fuck the streets, but then I ran across the reel. It was my boy Boosie. And he said some real shit. He said, man, everybody want to say fuck the streets, but when they get in trouble. He said, but you don't never see a nigga that made millions off the streets say fuck the streets.
Right.
So, me, I'm not going to say fuck the streets just because I ain't where I want to be. Because, you know, if things turn, I'm not going to be saying fuck the streets. So, you know, I understand what people saying, but, you know, the streets ain't got a lot of people about the struggle.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. Because I know when I was seeing it, and I was like, damn, like, these people passionate about this shit.
That's just like, because I always ask people a question, right? I be like, hey, man, you got any regrets in life? And then people be like, yeah. And then, you know, I hear they regrets. I'm like, yeah, I don't got no regrets in life. Because everything that didn't happen for a reason.
Right.
And then another thing is, I done met a lot of good people along the journey, and I don't regret meeting them. And, you know, a mistake, that's just a lesson to be learned from. You know what I'm saying? Because I have a mistake, but I ain't going to get down on my luck. The next day, I'm going to wake up, recharge, and do it all over again. So, you know, you can't be saying fuck the streets. You can't have no regrets because everything you do is a choice.
Right. For sure. For sure. Because the streets is what make niggas, bro. You feel me? And it's not so much as like, fuck the streets. It's just like, nigga, get your shit together.
I mean, even that, though, you can say the streets make niggas, but the streets make people to a certain extent. I mean, once you at a certain age and level of maturity, you understand the difference between right and wrong. So you can't keep blaming the streets. As a man or a woman, you got to take that upon yourself and hold yourself accountable and hold yourself responsible for your actions. So, like I say, you can't be saying fuck the streets, but you making these choices to land you where you at. That's just like when people go to jail, they be like, oh, I got kids. You had kids before that. But you got kids. Like, oh, I want to see. And then, you know, you got the dudes that be in jail. They always just got something to complain about. They bitter. Wasn't messing with they BM on the streets. Now they mad in jail because she won't bring them to see the kids. Man, you wasn't on that type of time when you wasn't in jail. I was just messing with you. But nah, real spill though, man. People got to start holding themselves accountable.
Right, for sure, for sure. And speaking of kids, man, you a father now. You feel me? How it feel?
Oh yeah, you know, man, the best gang is Dad Gang. I'm rallying up a new gang, the Dad Gang.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm about to start teaching them how to do, because, you know, I'm running the class, life lessons.
Right.
I'm going to start that in February for people that's like 15 to 25. But I was thinking, though, because I be talking to, like, a lot of black dads now and be knowing things about, like, custody rights and stuff like that. So I think I'm going to start holding classes on child custody. But like I say, being a dad is excellent.
Yeah. It motivates you different. You feel me? It like, when you, like, to this day, when my kids, I got some young ones, when they call me dad, when they say dad, I like that's a different sound. You know what I'm saying? Like, damn, bro, like,
fuck the dad when they just look, when your sons just look at you. He just look at you like, oh yeah.
Yeah, is that, bro? It's a great feeling, bro. And how old is your son now?
9 months, about to be 10 months.
Yeah, fresh.
Yeah.
Fresh, bro. I seen you on the thing. I said, look at him. Look at him, bro. You feel me? But let's get to your you constantly post your sayings, your morning things, right? Bro, like, I'm gonna see you every day. You feel me? People,
not no more.
But
no, man, that was something I started in prison. I was in the cell one day. I don't know what got me to doing it, but I'm in there bored. I think I'm smoking. I'm on the bunk. I'm like, hey man, say man. Yeah. Hey man, say man. And I just started saying it over and over. And then I just recorded it. Hey man, say man, it's your boy Big Stay.
Yeah.
And I started doing that shit in prison. Boom, boom. And then when I got out, I'm like, all right, fuck, I'm just gonna do it every day. And then, boom, I got out June 6, 2024. So then January 1st, 2025 came. So I'm like, all right, I'm gonna do a morning message on my phone, do a text message, and I'm gonna do a video every morning.
Every morning.
Yeah, and I end up doing it. Boom. Now we in 2026. So I'm under reconstruction right now.
Right,
working
right.
on projects.
What you got cracking? What's in the makings?
Oh, I got the podcast coming, the Amen Say Man podcast. We got the class going on. Well, eventually I'm gonna drop some more music. I'm about to drop the second book. Already dropped the fourth documentary. More interviews. Shit, we just gonna keep working.
Yeah, for sure. Cause I remember we was talking about it, and you was like, "Man, you gotta stay consistent with it." You feel me? What keep you motivated to like you say you slow down on it? Cause the morning messages, bro. Like I'm like, man, and I might be going through some shit, and then I stop cause you the homie, so I see you and I be like,
Yeah.
let me see what the homie about to say, and you would say some enlightening shit, bro.
Yeah.
So what, like. You gonna stop doing that? Cause everybody
I'm
know,
gonna
everybody
stop
look for it now.
I know they look for it, right? But people got to get it while they can get it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? If you want to go back, that's why like a lot of them I just save them to my highlights. So you want to go back and look at it. But life is all about evolution and change. You can't keep doing the same thing. You got to start evolving. You can't do something because, a lot of people looking forward to it. Because like I say, in 2026, the last thing I said in my 365-day message was, on Friday they be like, drop everything, Craig in trouble.
Yeah.
Well, Craig just gonna have to be in trouble because we ain't coming quick.
Yeah.
So 2026, man, we all about self.
Yeah.
Because if you don't put yourself first, ain't nobody else gonna be right.
For sure. For sure. And you said you got the podcast coming. What's and the classes? What kind of classes is it gonna be?
Well, these classes is basically it's gonna be called Life Lessons in Law. But what I'm doing is I'm collabing with two brothers in the pen.
Okay.
So I'm gonna give them credit for the curriculum. So I'm gonna run the curriculum on the streets and they gonna run it in prison.
Okay.
But it's Life Lessons in Law. So basically what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna teach out of my autobiography and my fourth documentary on life lessons and insight. And then at the end, I'm gonna wrap it up teaching them about like new laws that's passing and stuff like that, or a different case law that
Mm-hmm.
So it's just giving people different stuff to start thinking about, kids.
Okay, for sure. And bro, with all the shit going on, bro, in these communities, bro, do you feel like it's important that you use your voice these days for people? Are you using your voice for a purpose now? Like,
Well,
because we can use them for weapons.
I believe I'm living my purpose just by getting up doing what I'm doing. But I always tell people. I was telling my grandma the other day, and she was surprised when I told her. She said, "Grandson, what's that?" I told her I'm a choice coach. So she like, a choice coach? I ain't heard no choice coach. I heard of a life coach. I said, nah, then I'm a choice coach. I said, see, because when you call yourself a role model or something like that, people try to put you in a category. But I'm a choice coach. I'm not telling you don't do this or don't doing that. I'm saying if you walk the path that I walk, then this is what's going to happen. Or you can learn and do this and probably have a different outcome. But it's your choice. I'm not telling you to do either. I'm just putting them in front of you.
So you're the choice coach.
I'm the choice coach.
That's what's up, bro. And where can everybody find you at?
You can find me on YouTube at The Prisoner's Voice. You can find me on Instagram at big_stay_, and that's it.
And when is the podcast going to be official? Like your first episode coming? You got a plan for that one, or?
Well, we dropping the first episode January 17th.
Okay.
And then we're gonna drop the last episode. Either I got 2 dates in mind. Either when Ramadan start or on my birthday.
Oh yeah, you heavy on the faith. You heavy.
Yeah.
You heavy. We gonna bring it to an end, but I do want to ask that, bro, because when I said the timing and all that, you had to do Juma service, right? Like, did that help you get disciplined? Like, did Islam help you get disciplined? Ain't it like did it?
Nah, I was already disciplined just from doing time. I think Islam just strickened it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It just made it even more tighter.
Okay, and that's what.
But see, the thing that brought me to Islam, it wasn't about the discipline or nothing like that. It was just the belief that you don't bow down to nothing but God. You know, the Christians teach you that basically you got to bow down to Jesus and ask Jesus to forgive your sins. But in Islam, you bow down to nobody but God. You respect your parents, but you don't even bow down to your parents. You don't bow down to nobody but God. And the reason why we pray 5 times a day, it's like when you're in a relationship with your fiance, you call her out all throughout the day to keep that strength and that connection to your relationship. That's the reason why you pray 5 times a day, to keep your relationship stronger with God. Because all throughout the day, you know you're going to sin. So all throughout the day, you got to pray and ask for forgiveness.
Ooh.
Hey, man, say, man, your boy Big Stay out.
Cool.